to start with. Let me start with Mac Miller.
Okay.
Mac Miller, that situation. His guy who sold him some drugs. So, federal prosecutors have charged the Hollywood Hills man. Now, in a 42-page criminal complaint filed in the Central District of California, it alleges that Cameron James Pettit, 28, supplied Mac Miller with counterfeit oxycodone pills containing fentanyl. Now, I guess they got text messages and something and found out that this guy was a drug dealer. And instead of selling him the real pill, it was something laced with fentanyl. Now, if you don't know what fentanyl is an opioid that is a lot. I don't know how many more times, but way stronger than heroin. He's being brought in for murder for this situation. Sam, man, what do you think about this situation? Mac Miller's, the guy who sold him a pill, being arrested for murder.
I saw it yesterday and I read the headlines and I didn't go into the details of the story quite yet. And my first reaction thought was, well, damn, how you going to hate the player, hate the game? Don't hate the player, hate the game. And it's almost like don't hate the drug dealer, hate the drug game.
Right.
But when we look at this situation, and obviously Mac Miller had a very strong effect on a lot of people out here. His music had an effect on a lot of people. People were very upset and hurt by his untimely passing. So people want answers. People want retribution. So I understand the frustration and why they want this guy locked up. Then you go and you read the story, right? Oh God, and you see that he got not even the right shit. Not that the shit that he wanted wasn't fucked up enough. Nah, he got something bootleg to the fucked up shit. This dude deserves to sit behind bars. This dude, if they can prove it and they can prove that he got it, he may deserve to sit behind bars, even though typically I would say, hey man, don't hate the player, hate the game. This situation, getting counterfeit shit, if they can prove it, then yeah, he may have to sit down for a little bit.
What do you think about the people who are going to say, look, man, all right, we get it, but this dude was doing coke. This dude was doing, alcohol. He was a drug abuser. He admitted it. What do you say? Because it's always a double-edged sword with that situation. Yeah, the drug dealer, but he had to go buy those drugs as well. He was an abuser.
Yep.
How you feel about that?
It's not what you know, oh God. It's what you can prove, brother.
Yeah.
We both know he did more things than just what the fuck he got caught with.
Yeah.
We both know that he was probably dabbing into things that they aren't talking about.
Right.
But right now, they got this man and they're putting blame on him for giving him false drugs. So it's up to his defense team to prove that it wasn't him. Yeah. To prove that he didn't do it. I mean, and it could be done. This isn't an open and shut case. This isn't, all right, slam dunk door. He's about to go to jail for life for the murder of Mac Miller. No. Let's wait a minute, because there's a prosecution that has to prove this. He's obviously going to plead not guilty. There's going to be a trial if he's smart, and we'll see what happens. Morally, it was fucked up, but also morally, as negative or as bad this may seem for some people that love Mac Miller, like you said, he had to go buy him. He had to go get him. We've had a lot of people who've died from drug overdoses. I don't know how many people we've blamed the drug dealer for. Yeah. So it's one of those catch-22s.
The messed up thing about it, I could probably go. He probably wouldn't have died. He could have, obviously, if it was the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how much he was taking? But the fact that it was laced, it was like a wrong pill. It had fentanyl in it and everything like that. And they're saying that pretty much he crushed the pill down and put it up his nose. What makes it, real worse. So I don't know, man. I mean, again, we understand that a lot of these drugs that we're talking about are made by big pharma and are pushed out in the street and pushed out through the pharmacy. So obviously there's a big, responsibility here from a lot of different people. But, I think that responsibility goes to Mac Miller, rest his soul, the dealer, and the people who are making the drugs. It's spread around, because if he wasn't doing them, he wouldn't be dead. But again, the dude should have never, sold some counterfeit pills as well.
And the government looks like they're after him. It says the criminal complaint lays out a lot of evidence to back up the contention that Pettit sold Mac the fentanyl-laced oxy. Text between Pettit and Mac, the drugs themselves, panicked Instagram DMs between Pettit and friends of Mac's after Mac's death became public, and more. So he's panicking. Yeah. He knows what he gave him was fucked up. And now he may have to suffer the consequences. And who knows? If you were giving these drugs to other people, how many other deaths or how many other bodies you may have on you?
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a slippery slope right here, man. Do you think? I don't know if I got your opinion. Do you think he deserves to be charged in this?
Yeah, okay. Of course. Selling it is one thing, but selling something laced like that, he's going to be charged. He's facing up to 20 years for this one. He's probably going to be convicted. You said they have text messages and the sort, so not looking good for him. A known drug dealer, and that just is what it is at this point, man. We wish everybody, Mac Miller's family, I guess I should say, the best in this situation, because they got to live with, the grief and everything of their, family member being gone.
I can only think about, I'm going to think about you because you're right across from me. God forbid you ever died of a drug overdose and I found out the drug dealer gave you wrong shit. I'm not trying to prosecute him. It's going other levels.
Right. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you mean it is what it is with that situation, like we said. But yeah, man, tune into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother, Old God, and Sam, man. I'm going to transition over here to this other story, man. The other day, man, we were all watching Instagram. And I don't know if you've seen it, but I seen it, and I seen Young Jeezy, and we seen him posted up with his new wife now, and her name is Jean Mai, and she's a Vietnamese and Chinese descent. He married her; they're very happy. But a particular picture that he posted up, he was getting a lot of backlash, and one thing says, "I swear, y'all love y'all white girls," and a whole bunch of things. They're pretty much criticizing Young Jeezy for marrying interracially, dating or marrying outside his race with a Chinese Vietnamese woman. Sam, man, your thoughts on these people who are dragging Young Jeezy, who said Jeezy should just be with a black woman? I can't believe he went outside his race. What's your thoughts on that?
Save your money so we can get some economic power before you start complaining on who somebody's sleeping with.
Right.
Save your money so that we can have some economic power so that we can do some things and stop worrying about who the fuck is sleeping with who. Now, listen. I don't like brothers in particular. I'm going to talk about brothers who date outside of their race and totally negate their own. I hate that. I don't like that at all. Your mother's black, your grandmother's black, your aunties are black. Right. Don't sit back and say you don't like black girls. I hate black girls. I'm going to date this girl. Right. She's totally shitting on your race. I can't stand that. I think there's a nice place in hell for brothers like that. But if that brother decides to date a white girl, that brother decides to date an Asian girl, that brother decides to date a Hispanic girl, whatever the other race is, I'm not going to look at him wrong. I'm not going to look at him indifferent, because his intent, his love, his overall feeling is still pro-black. Just because you date outside of your race don't mean you don't love your own. Right. It does not mean it. But we get a bad stigma, particularly black, that if we go outside of our race, we automatically are.
I mean, people are going to take the stance like, oh, he grew up, in Atlanta. Had all them sisters supporting him, and now he gonna get some Chinese girl. I don't know why they call her white, because white and Chinese and Vietnamese are two different things, but they like to always call anything white.
Non-black is white.
Yeah, they always say that, man. I think it's just silly, man. If this man found love wherever he found it, be happy for him. I mean, I think a lot of people probably mad that they couldn't get him, but you never know a particular guy's situation. You never know what he's been through. You don't know who he's around. You don't know what type of experience he had to pick her. Maybe that was the only woman he fell in love with. I mean, you don't know. So I think it's just ignorant for people to pass judgment, about this. But you expect it. I'm sure Jeezy, when he put the picture up and announced what he announced, I'm sure that he expected this backlash, but I don't think it's going to last long. It'll be water under the bridge for him, and hopefully they can live happily ever after, man. I have no quarrel with him doing what he wants to do, man. I don't care if he was green.
Yeah, I think a lesson learned is just keep your fucking business off of social media, because then people that get on there and now this turned into a big story. You got the media outlets picking it up and things like that. Yeah, over your relationship. Man, look.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. We need to try to just focus on better things. Goddamn, you really worried about who somebody's sleeping with? I got enough problems worried about who the fuck I'm sleeping with, let alone worried about who you sleeping with and that man. Right. Man, oh man, let's steer our energy to something different, man. If y'all fuck with Jeezy before y'all found out who he was dating, I'm sure that brother ain't changed much.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, man, but you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother, Old God, and Sam, man. We're going in today on this Thursday. Everybody listening, we need you to do us a favor. Go ahead and hit that 5-star rating, and do not forget to subscribe to the podcast. Now, Nicki Minaj, man, she's been making headwaves, the last few days. And in particular, I want to talk about, first, and then I'll tie it into the situation with her boyfriend, I think, right now. They got married, didn't they?
Marriage license. I don't know if they're
okay. Yeah, something. She calls her name Miss Petty right now. Well, first and foremost, it was a media outlets are covering. I guess it was an Instagram live that Nicki Minaj was on yesterday. And her boyfriend flashed an extended clip on Instagram live. There's some pictures right there available if you want to look at them online.